Thank you, Betsy and Thomas. The person after next is Leah Craig, but now I want to introduce Mary Ellsberg from Adelphi Meeting, who is going to tell us a story about tattoos.
And I'd like to say to Natalie, thank you for reminding us that we need to get to work, and also I'm really sorry that I had to follow your story with a story about tattoos. But it did sort of cheer me up this week writing about it, and that and an app that my daughter just gave me that every time Trump's name is on a picture, kittens come up. It's very soothing. So, I recommend it. I think it's called the Kitty app. So, following up, this is Tattoos on the Arm. It was inspired by the books Tattoos on the Heart by Gregory Boyle and The Girl with the Lower Back Tattoo by Amy Schumer. When Michael and I decided to get married 5 years ago, he thought it would be fun for us to get matching tattoos to celebrate our engagement. I asked what he had in mind. I thought it might be something Quakerly, like "War is not the answer," or maybe a portrait of Lucretia Mott. I wasn't expecting anything romantic like our names inside a heart with an arrow going through it. Michael is a loving but pragmatic man. He proposed over chicken salad sandwiches one evening by noting that since my mother was coming to visit soon for Anna's college graduation, maybe we should get married then so that she wouldn't have to make 2 trips. After many tears and a few proposal do-overs, we were finally engaged. It turned out that he wanted an angelfish to symbolize our love of diving. Michael is a serious diver, and we have gone on several trips together. The thing is, I don't really love diving. I only said I did on my Match.com profile because I thought it made me look sporty. When I was young, I refused to go into the water in the ocean because I was afraid of sharks and clams. And the scariest moments of my life have taken place 30 meters underwater. Although I've progressed over the years, from stoic endurance to occasional enjoyment of diving, there is nothing about the experience that I would want to have permanently etched on my body. I thought about his suggestion briefly and decided that it would be more fun for him to get a tattoo and for me to get the lovely silver and amethyst ring that I found on eBay. Yet, this wasn't actually the first time I had contemplated body art. When my then 16-year-old son Julio asked what I thought about him getting a tattoo or maybe a piercing, I said, "What a great idea. We could go together and get matching tattoos. Or maybe even nipple rings, my treat." He was so grossed out by this suggestion that the subject was dropped and has never been mentioned. Overall, my track record as a mother has been spotty, but I still consider that moment of divine inspiration to be one of the highlights of my parental career. After my ring arrived, it was time to get Michael's tattoo, but where to go? I called up Christian, one of Julio's high school friends, who had been spending most of his disposable income for several years covering his body with elaborate images, including a life-size portrait of the Terminator. He offered to hook me up with his guy. We were expecting a seedy dive with scary-looking clientele and artists, so we were a little disappointed to find out that his guy had just moved his business to Montgomery Mall in the hopes of expanding into the teenage girl market. I asked for the owner and thoroughly enjoyed being able to say that I had been sent by Christian the Terminator. Michael had found the image he wanted online. It turned out that he had actually always wanted a clownfish tattoo, but he felt that the movie Finding Nemo had made them seem childish. So he settled on the angelfish as a more sophisticated and edgy alternative. The tattoo artist did not look particularly impressed, but told us to have a seat. Apparently, he had lost many of his regulars who did not want to be seen entering a tattoo parlor sandwiched between Macy's and Cinnabon. However, we overheard a few grizzled and well-adorned old-timers counseling a young man who was getting his first tattoo. Start with the forearm, they advised, because once you get started, you'll want a lot more, and you should leave the prime real estate for when you've developed a real concept. I found the notion of an angelfish as a gateway tattoo alarming. I wondered if before long there would be a school of fish swimming across Michael's body. Or maybe he'd move on to the hard stuff like lionfish or sharks. Happily, it turned out that there was no cause for worry. Although Michael was very pleased with his tattoo, so far he has resisted the temptation to escalate, and after 5 years of marriage, his prime real estate is still in pristine condition.